Good evening, everybody. It's Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. It is November 10, 2025. I guess there are a couple of things I want to say. Thank you for the people that actually donated. I so appreciate it. There were 3 people that donated to the cats. Very much appreciate it. In the fact that the channel was no longer eligible for monetization. I'm going to tell you what else is going on here in Jackson County, Kentucky, where I live. I just received 2 privacy violation notifications. Evidently, my neighbors are stalking my channel. Well, I knew that already because one of my neighbors was stalking my TikTok, Facebook, harassing me on Facebook, harassing me on TikTok, harassing me here, having people contact me here. I had to ban her from everywhere, block her from everywhere. So evidently, they're watching all of my videos. Well, I hope they're getting educated. Now, one of my videos, and I'll show you here what it looks like. This was the video. I'm thanking you, and it was about organized stalking is premeditated, about facial recognition, and the stupidity of people publishing in a paper. It doesn't matter where. I have a thing about putting faces out there on the internet. People have commented, oh, we don't get to see your face a lot. Well, first of all, I'm a hot mess most of the time. I live on a farm. I'm taking care of animals half of the day. I don't have time to dress up as some of these other beautiful, alleged targeted people on Facebook that get in front of the camera, all dressed up pretty with makeup and eyelashes and all the pretty little things. I don't have time for that. I don't. It'll take me, half an hour to make myself look presentable for the camera. And since I'm not getting paid for it anymore, why would I even bother to do that, right? So now the second thing, okay, so let me start with the first thing is, I received 2 privacy violation notifications, and they give you a timestamp. So I looked at the timestamp, and guess what the timestamp was? When I showed you the fact that my local newspaper has photos of all the children. Well, I can't say all. I don't even know how many children are located in my neighborhood. I never see them. I never see little children around here. When you live in a remote area like this, people don't walk around. Like in New Jersey, you'd see people walking around on the streets. We don't really have streets for people to walk around. People drive around here, so you don't really know. You don't see anybody. I don't even know who has children around here anymore. They're mostly grown. So in the local newspaper for Halloween, and this is a newspaper that's published, that goes everywhere. It's a published online and offline in a hard copy that I subscribe to. They publish photos of children during Halloween. And I have a thing about that. And I pointed it out. I said, people want privacy. They want privacy, right? They're parading their children around, allowing them to be photographed in a newspaper that's disseminated everywhere. Everywhere. It's online. I mean, anybody has access to this newspaper. You can flip through it and whatever. And then, of course, what are you going to do with the people that go onto Facebook and post dozens of photos of their children? Okay? I think it's wrong. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't do it. I didn't want to do it with my daughter. There's no reason to be parading your children online given the facial recognition these days, etc., and the predictive policing. So I received a privacy notice about that clip of my showing you the newspaper. Now, honestly, I disagree. I'm editing it out now. I'm trying to edit it out. Now, this is the second time I'm trying to edit it out. Um, but how is YouTube claiming that this is a privacy violation when I am showing you something that has been published in a newspaper? How is publishing photographs in a newspaper considered to be a privacy violation? These people that are on my case should go to the local newspaper and say, could you please take down that page? Take down the page. Why are you shooting the messenger here? Right? I have a local newspaper that's publishing this information. I'm merely demonstrating the fact of the stupidity and the harmfulness behind this, and how predictive policing works, and how facial recognition works. And this is why, like, when I watch all those TikTok videos, and even on YouTube now, like, you'll see people photographing their pets, you know, and the pets are really cute. But then sometimes one of their little ones gets in the photo. And I've seen this repeatedly. It's almost like they are programmed or sensitized, the children, they're sensitized to having a camera in the home. And you'll see them actually walk up to the camera smiling at it. I think that's horrendous. I would never do that. But I see it after video, and honestly, they're adorable. The animal videos are adorable. But you're putting this out there for clicks and likes when there is a facial recognition? And I have seen those videos. I mean, I don't know if it's on YouTube or TikTok, where they'll take a photo of a young person. Oh, it's on TikTok. They'll take a photo of a young person. Like, they'll do this with their parents. And there's this weird software that ages them through AI. And you'll see, like, a son or daughter with their parents. You know, at this age, let's say they're 20 years old. Maybe the parents are 40 years old. And then there's a software that they're using. And it was like a thing that was going on, I think it was TikTok, where they would do the aging process. And I even see it on YouTube, where they'll show celebrities. Like, I saw one recently after Ozzy Osbourne died, where they had like this really nice history. I mean, I don't really know that much about him, but this history of him through the years. So they actually showed him as a little boy, and they progressed him to like his grade school years, and to all these different haircuts he had, and how he had his first bands and whatever. And they're really cool videos, you know, where you see the age progression until currently. And it's not just with him, it's with so many celebrities and actors, actresses, musicians. So they have this thing. So the point is, the software already exists to show this. And yes, it's very entertaining, and it's amazing, because I never knew what these people looked like as children when they were little. And to see how they progressed to becoming, you know, famous. But I have a problem with the technology, and that every time you post something online that way, whether it's of my photo or, you know, kiddo photos, the technology exists that they can progress that photo to a different age. And it is remarkably accurate. Remarkably accurate. It's sort of like back in the day, they would have those forensic artists before they had all this technology. They bring in the forensic artist and sit down with the witness, the eyewitness, The eyewitness would tell the forensic artist who she saw fleeing the scene, right? The scene of the crime. Oh, you know, he had short hair, he was wearing glasses, he was wearing a baseball jacket, you know, whatever the clues were. And the miraculous forensic artist would miraculously concoct a sketch of what the eyewitness saw. Well, they don't have to do that anymore. So I guess those sketches, those artists are out of business, because now AI can just progress it forward. AI can do it by itself. Like, I've even asked ChatGPT, can you create, I did it a couple times, can you create a thumbnail for alternative homesteading? Could you add a rooster, and a cat, you know, and a chicken, and a fox, and whatever, and it would create an image. And then I'd say, well, could you add like some flowers into it and color it, make it different colors, and I get a different image in seconds. The point is, this newspaper had an article on this, and these parents volunteered. They volunteered the photos, knowing that they would be printed, published in a newspaper that's online. It's not even something that just gets mailed to the local people. It's online. So I commented on that on my video. So I get a privacy. I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you. Hi, Alternative Homesteading. We would like to inform you that we received a privacy concern about your content. Before we review the content, we would like to give you the opportunity to review it, and if necessary, modify or remove the potentially private information within the reported content. Receiving this notice does not imply a violation of the guidelines, and no action has been taken against your content or channel at this time. Please find below the list of reported contents with the timestamp. So that's what I'm editing out now. And the timestamp was my showing you the published newspaper. The published parents that volunteered these photographs to be published in a newspaper. So I'm in the process of editing that out now. So in case you watch the video again and you see something missing, that's the reason why. The other point I'd like to make is, how would anybody know locally? Or maybe it wasn't a local person. Maybe it was not. Maybe I'm assuming it was a local neighbor. Maybe it was the same person. Maybe it was the same groups of people that have been on me since 2017. And I wasn't living here in 2017. Maybe it's the same of those groups of people. Or maybe it's just the program itself. Maybe it's just the quote-unquote the controllers. So I can't really point a finger at who reported it. Although I do have neighbors that stalk me across all of my social media platforms. Been reported, been banned, and whatever. But I can't say. I can't say because it's a possibility. It's a possibility that somebody else did. We've got a lot of jealous, envious people out there that I was able to grow my channel to over 7,000 subscribers. And the fact that I don't have technology, like YouTube asked me, like, how are you editing your videos? It's like, I don't edit my videos. I don't have editing software. I have an iPhone 7, for God's sake. I still have Windows 7. Okay, so I'm not compatible with most softwares that I could possibly download to possibly edit it. The only editing feature that I have had was in YouTube. And because YouTube changed everything to auto dubbing. No, not auto. Oh, yeah, auto dubbing. That every time, and other people complained about this too, every time you upload a video, I did not have an option to edit it because it was automatically dubbed into other languages. So I don't have to worry about that anymore either. So now I can go back to editing my videos in YouTube, because that's the only way I can edit videos. I don't have software on my phone. I can't download anything else on my phone to edit it. I'm not going to pay a subscription for the editing software that most people pay for on YouTube that are monetized. I would consider doing it if I were monetized and I could buy a new phone, but now I can't. So it won't be happening. So yeah, so I received a privacy notice at 9:30 to 9:50. Then they sent me another privacy notice. It's like, wait a minute, I just reviewed that, and there is absolutely nothing in that segment that is remotely related to anything private. Zero. Oh, that's right. I'm going to have to edit out the Freemason word. Yeah, I'm going to have to edit that one out. Those creatures, because it was added into that that little snippet of the newspaper. So I'll have to edit that out. But I'm in the process